Hey, fatty! My sugar addiction got me shredded, you fat bags! Shredded!
Okay. So, Cole Robinson has been making waves, at least for me, because he's saying a lot of things that need to be heard, but they need to be talked about in a very specific, particular context. So, I've been watching some of his lives. I've been seeing his Facebook group videos as well. I've followed him ever since I was doing extended fasts. This is kind of what he's known for, is like these ultra, super obese fat people where the only thing to help them is just stop eating, right? So he has a very particular client base, and he is saying what a lot of people haven't said in a long time. And he's going extreme with it. Let's talk a little bit about it. Let's break it down, because not everything he's saying is wrong, but I want to see exactly what he has to say. I've gone through this. I've been sold the lies of keto. I've tried bulking and not ingesting a single carb and thinking, oh, hey, I can't put on body fat as long as my insulin's low by eating a lot of fat, getting my protein in, working out, right? So let's break it down. Got a nice, not a before after, just picture.
Making you fat, you fat bag! You just
Fat
gotta
addiction.
cut fat on your diet, idiots, and then beat your sugar phobia and start getting sugar for crazy energy, crazy calories out.
Ooh, okay. All right, this is good. So let's break it down here. He's talking about people that are addicted to fat. Is this true? I don't think so. Sugar is way more addictive than dietary fat. Trust me on that, brother. Listen, he is saying something that a lot of people forget. And the fact is that sugar isn't necessarily all that bad. The only thing that is bad about sugar is ultimately if you are using that for energy or not. And let's be real, a lot of keto people do not use sugar as energy. And this isn't just because of their diet. This is because people gravitate towards keto, like, these Facebook soccer mom keto diet groups. They gravitate towards it because they want like a hack so they don't have to work out, right? They don't want to have to go to the gym. They don't want to do home workouts. They don't want to do Pilates. They don't want to do cardio. This is why people really dig into the ketogenic diet. This is why I did too for a while. I was like, oh, if I can just do the keto diet, I don't have to do cardio. It'll be great. I'll be able to have muscle and get shredded. Easy. Did it work for me? Fuck no. Not at all. This is a lie that a lot of people are told, but he's saying the right thing here. He's saying that carbs give you energy. But we have to keep in mind here, guys. His crowd, his people, are people that don't have a lot of muscle mass. People that are not active. So are they using their carbs stored in their muscle? No. So this is a bad thing. Let's continue on. He's saying the calories out is better. But how many people that are listening to him, whether, through his fasting advice, through ketosis, how many of these people are actually expending energy? Because it's not a lot of them.
Crazy calories out, you fat pigs! Crazy calories out! Even on a 1 meal a day diet with a stupid amount of sugar and some lean protein at night, my energy in the morning on sugar at night is insane. Is insane. Obviously, it's not going to be quite as good as having a sugar bomb for breakfast, but there's no other macro split that's going to give you the fasted energy as pounding in straight sugar for dinner. All right? Straight sugar. Okay, I literally get in like 600 grams of sugar at night if I'm doing OMAD days. OMAD days.
Okay. So oh my days. Just kidding. He's saying if he eats 600 grams of sugar theoretically at dinner, and that's his like fasting cutoff, right? And OMAD is 1 meal a day. So keep this in mind, guys. So he's saying he will eat a sugar bomb 600 grams of sugar, like probably table sugar, that equates, just quick math, like what, 6 times 4, 600. That's 2,400 calories worth of sugar. Table sugar is, I guess he's saying straight sugar. So let's keep this in mind. This is 2,400 calories. How much are you actually outputting? Let's see what he says. But good Lord, dude, like, this is almost the same issue I have with keto people. One, keto can definitely lower your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, your NEAT. So a lot of people don't feel like they want to work out anyways. So that can lower your calories. But if you're replacing all your deficit with fat or sugar, it doesn't fucking matter. You're overdoing, you're overeating when you could just incorporate a deficit. Now, maybe he likes to eat like spoonfuls of sugar. I don't freaking know. A lot of people can't even eat like 600 grams of chicken, but he's eating 600 grams of sugar, right? So that's pretty wild. And then what about his protein macros? If he's on a 3,000 calorie diet, then he ain't got much left for freaking protein. Maybe he's probably doing chicken, like lean meats. But let's freaking continue on. Let's see him explain himself here.
Not every day. But I can hammer cardio on an empty stomach with no caffeine if I pound in sugar at night with some lean meat in moderation, you fat pigs.
In moderation,
Hammer
okay.
the cardio. And why even do a 1 meal a day crazy low fat high carb sugar diet in the first place? Because I get more aggressive. Okay, I can cut harder. We're talking 6 to 8% body.
Okay, so he's saying he gets more aggressive. I mean, obviously, this is evidence. But, okay. So, if he loves to do cardio, this is perfect, right? This is a great arrangement for him. But, otherwise, how else is this gonna work? If you fill up your deficit too much, whether it's carbs or fat, you're still filling up your deficit too much. I mean, it depends, right? There are good benefits, but let's see. I mean, it'd be great if he went in depth on his like actual breakdown, his deficits and everything, because this advice right now so far to people, if they just completely switched it, it would not necessarily help them. Because they need to know that they're going to have to freaking do work in the gym. And the truth is, not a lot of people want to do work in the gym. Let's just be real.
Fat easy. If you're doing a lot of days where you're hitting a meal a day diet on sugar, you're just going to melt. Your metabolism's going to be cranked. Having that big sugar bolus at night, filling up your liver and muscle glycogen with a pile of sugar. Okay? It's interesting how the human body can hold like 2,000 calories of fucking sugar, you idiots.
Okay. So he is not wrong here whatsoever. This is something a lot of keto people don't understand, is your muscles definitely will not retain a lot of water, and you just look flat, like muscle wise. And yeah, you can feel low energy because you're fucking depleted. Your muscles are objectively depleted if you do not eat a lot of carbohydrates. This is just a fact. And if you are depleted for a long period of time, then your workouts are going to suffer, your energy levels will suffer, and you kind of experience the issues of being in a calorie deficit quicker, right? Because that quick energy can really help out. And if your workouts are suffering, you're also going to start losing muscle from just not pushing it quite hard enough. Your body's going to compensate. And he is not necessarily wrong. There is storage in your muscle and your liver. But once again, this is a big caveat, because a lot of people who may be into the fasting, the extended fasting, they probably do not have a lot of muscle, right? They are not gym rats that go in and have tons of muscle and have tons of place to store their glycogen. One, because they're not fucking exercising to use up their glycogen. Two, they just don't have the muscle mass to store upwards of 2,000 calories, right? And then three, they have hormone resistance with insulin, right? So if homeboy's recommending they switch out all the fats for sugar, will this necessarily help them and their insulin resistance? I kind of doubt it, to be real, especially if you're reigniting all of those, sugar addictions, because they definitely probably have those, if that's what led to them being obese. So let's be real on that. I think sugar is fuck ton more addictive than fat. Sugar and fat combined, way more addictive, for sure.
There's still dumbasses out there that try to use the 1 teaspoon of sugar in our bloodstream argument to try to say sugar's bad. Your body holds like 2,000 calories of sugar, you idiot. Doesn't matter, there's only a teaspoon in the blood. There's a pile in the muscles. There's a pile of storage in the muscles for straight fucking sugar, and a pile of storage in the liver, you idiot. Okay, what do you think happens when you eat a bunch of fat? It's already fat. It turns to fat, Tommy. It turns to fat. Your body stores fat as body fat. It doesn't store fat in the muscles and in the liver.
Okay. Yeah, so he is not wrong here. There's a lot of people that get hung up, and let's break it down, because the overarching theme here is energy balance. As long as your hormones are working good, like his potentially are, you don't have insulin resistance, calories will help a lot. Just measuring your fucking food. Doesn't matter if you're eating a shit ton of sugar to a point, and it doesn't matter if you're eating a shit ton of fat for calories as a point. If you eat a lot of protein, it's going to help both sides of that equation. But calories is the goal. So is he wrong when he says that you eat fat and it just gets stored as fat? No, not at all. But does it matter in a calorie context? Yeah, it fucking does. That's the big thing he's kind of leaving out. And let's see, what is his calorie deficit? Because I bet his calorie deficit days do not consist of eating 2,400 calories worth of fucking sugar. I don't believe so. And let's see. But this is a big thing. He's leaving out the calorie debate, which does matter. Yeah, fat is more calorically dense, but carbs can trigger a lot of bad eating habits for a lot of people. Ravenous hunger. It can cause a lot of these, SIBO, bacterial overgrowth, candida, all of these things that contribute to just a ravenous appetite and binge eating and all these bad behaviors. Low energy as well for some people. And it's like a whole, it just comes full circle, right? Like too much carbs, too much sugar, when they're not burning it, especially, which can be the case for a lot of people, it comes full circle. Just like the keto people feel low energy, not having carbs. There's some good middle ground. We just need to fucking find it. And if he's going to be on this sugar extreme for too long, no one's going to find it except people that are in his exact situation, which probably not many of his followers are.
I can store sugar, idiots. Okay, not to mention your metabolism's so fucking fast that your energy output via body temperature, non-exercise activity, and then just your general output on your exercise is 1,000,000 times higher.
Okay. Yeah, this is a good point. So a lot of keto people don't fucking understand the thyroid, and they realize, oh, if I take carbohydrates away, my thyroid is crappy. And this is just a fact. If you're not eating carbohydrates, there's almost no real use for your thyroid to be stimulated, right? It has kind of no fuel to kind of go off of. So if you can incorporate carbohydrates at a good amount that you can enjoy and from good sources that you enjoy, your thyroid will come into the equation much better. So ketosis is great, sure, but thyroid function is also fucking great too. So you can win on both sides, especially if you're doing like a cyclical thing, which he may be doing. I don't know if he's going to mention like the cyclical behavior of it, but he's not. He's kind of leaving this out, confusing people potentially. But you can win on both sides. You can win with having bouts of ketosis. You can win from stimulating your fucking thyroid by enjoying carbohydrates. So there's wins to be had here. He mentions NEAT, like the non-exercise activity thermogenesis, body temperature regulation. This is thyroid as well. And then let's talk a little bit about leptin. So we know leptin is basically secreted by our fat cells, and it tells your body that you're satiated, right? And what it also tells your body is, hey, we are chill. We can give up some energy from our fat stores because we're in a good state. And people that are cutting calories for a long time, their leptin levels plummet. And it's just naturally, it's it follows the calories and the energy balance, right? But carbohydrates are very special when it comes to stimulating leptin again, because carbohydrates stimulate leptin better, like extremely better and stronger than fats and proteins. So if you do not eat carbohydrates, your leptin levels are going to get fucked, like for a long ass time. So incorporating good carbohydrates can help you actually get leaner, even going back into like a calorie, maintenance, or even a little bit of a calorie surplus, just to get those leptin levels back up will help you continue to lose body fat later on in your transformation. And this can be, the game changer for a lot of people. They reach the plateau, maybe they cut calories too quick, up the calories, get up to maintenance for a little bit, get those leptin levels back. If you do it with carbs, it's an even better effect.
That's why I can hold the same body fat percentage on low fat, high carb, eating like 3,000 calories a day or more, as I could eating like 2,000 calories, starving the shit out of myself on a low carb diet with no fucking energy. 25.
Okay, so he sounds definitely mad because he drank the keto, sugar-free Kool-Aid for a long fucking time, right? And just felt like shit. And I think this is normal. A lot of people will probably follow this path and kind of gravitate back to the middle, right? But he's not gravitating back to the middle. He's going completely off the rails with it into a different direction with a whole host of other problems, right? So let's talk a little bit about this. He mentioned 3,000 calories, right? So if he's doing his 600 grams, 2,400 calories of sugar, that only leaves 600 calories worth of protein. So if he's doing a 3,000 calorie day, we minus 2,400 from 600 grams of sugar, he has 600 calories left, and we divide that by 4. So let's see. So is he getting 150 grams of protein in as well? I mean, that's actually pretty solid. Like, that's going to be enough for him for sure. So is there something to this? Let's see. I mean, I want to try this. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Fatty acids are still definitely essential, and you're not definitely going to get just a pure protein source that is nutritious with micronutrients. But let's continue on. Let's see what he has to say.
5 to 30% more calories I can intake and hold the same body fat percentage. Because the calorie output's way higher, idiot.
Okay,
the
calorie output.
way higher. If I brought this diet down to 2,000 calories a day, I would become skin and bone. For people that keep asking me if I lost muscle mass doing this, I spare muscle better doing this than trying to get this lean on a zero carb fucking diet, you idiots.
Okay. Wow. This is good. I actually like this. So this is one thing I see thrown around in the fucking keto groups all the goddamn time. They're like, ketones spare muscle, right? Yeah, they do for energy, of course. It's, it's a smart way to go about it. Your body's not just going to wither away and die. That's great. Love it. But your performance fucking sucks. And yeah, if your performance sucks, then you're going to start losing muscle because you're not able to push it like you used to be. It's just flat out. That's going to be how it is. For high intensity shit, you're going to have to keep that intensity high if you want to hold on to as much muscle as possible. Yeah, ketones spare muscle, but carbohydrates may also spare muscle because it's glycogen that your muscles are literally using to get the best workout possible. So
Why do you think I'm doing it? Okay, I'm still a performance meathead at heart. I wouldn't be doing something that made me lose a fuck whack of muscle. Why do you think I'm still hitting a lean protein count in my fucking diet? And not just going straight fruitarian vegan? Okay, because I want to hold on to muscle, you idiots. Okay, I'm still doing bodyweight calisthenics. Crazy amount of resistance training. Okay, I'm not just doing cardio, running, and biking and shit. Okay, you need to have muscle for that, dummy. Dummy. Okay, that's my main goals on this channel. How do you stay ripped all year round, have a stupid amount of muscle, with crazy fucking energy, and no caffeine addiction?
Okay, this is a fair point, and I want to mention this because it's a big difference between the people that I see him work with and his goals that he just mentioned here, right? He just said his goal is to have the most muscle, look, super shredded, have amazing energy levels, not have a caffeine addiction. And those are great things. But, depending, a lot of his people that might be following him are fatties that do not want to work out. They don't want to gain muscle. They don't want to lift. They don't even want to do cardio. They don't even want to walk. They just want to fast because that's probably the only thing they can do because they are so obese, right? So those people should not be listening to him saying this advice, right? Because they're not doing the calorie output he is saying. Plain and simple. If they don't have the muscle mass, they will not have 600 grams worth of carbs to store in their muscles because they're not expending it and they don't have the mass to actually send it to, right? And their liver's probably already fucked with tons of fat deposits. All of this bad shit. Let's continue, but notice this because a lot of people that follow him are not going to get amazing results from this, so they're going to have to do it different, of course.
A low-fat, high-carb diet, specifically high-carb in fruit and sugar via sucrose until you're ripped, is the best fucking diet under the sun to maintain crazy energy and stay shredded all year round, you fat pig. No fucking caffeine. Until next time, sugar in the absence of fat gets you fucking ripped with insane energy, fatty.
Well, there you have it. So, sugar in the absence of fat. Interesting. I will say once again, like his split, he's getting his protein in 150 grams of protein. And, if his amount of calories for that day is 3,000, 2,400 calories worth of sugar, so be it, I guess, right? Everything else is probably definitely going to suffer. Your gut bacteria and your bacteria in your mouth causing a bunch of cavities and issues and shit. But he's getting his protein in, and it's going to be hard to get protein in without the absence of fat for some choices, right? Like, honestly, ribeye steak, brother, pretty good. But if you're going to be doing this sugar addiction diet, then you ain't going to be able to enjoy a ribeye quite as often. So this is interesting. I think a lot of these things need to be said. A lot of people don't realize that there's ways to win on both sides of the equation, right? But what I want to impart to the viewers today is this probably might not be the right advice for you. You may have issues in terms of hormones that need to be looked at, and fatty acids are essential for hormones and your body and everything else, for your brain health, for God's sake. So we can't just throw out macronutrients. We can be very selective with our choices, but we just can't throw them out, right? Carbs absolutely are like the luxury macronutrient. So if you're going to be burning like 1,000 calories doing a cardio session or lifting or both, yeah, carbs are going to fucking help you perform and burn 1,000 calories and feel amazing while doing it. Especially if you have the muscle, especially if you have that, VO2 max built up. Whether you're carb cycling, that's going to boost up how much glycogen you can store in your muscles and your liver, because your body's like, hey, we're going to have to hold on to this because it's going to be a while before we get more food. So is this wrong? No, not necessarily. Is this the wrong advice for a lot of people? Absolutely. It's too fucking extreme. So keep it real, get the sourcing right, realize this is not going to be for everybody. I don't know if he's testing his hormones. He must feel great, I guess, in the moment. But there's going to be a point, guys. If he loves high performance, he's going to be training for the Olympics or some shit. Maybe this will be great for him. But at some point, vitality and, macronutrient levels, for God's sake, from getting lean protein with no fat soluble vitamins, minerals, devoid of all this type of stuff, it ain't going to end well in 3 to 6 months, I bet. And let's see what he says. He says, 6 to 8% body fat? I don't think he looks like he has 6 to 8% body fat. Like, let's go back to this little picture here. So, does this look like 6 to 8% body fat? No. Do I think he's super far from, 6 to 8% body fat? No, he's pretty close. He's got some good vascularity. He's obviously got a pump. He just worked out, so that's going to help. He has downlighting. He has he knows how to take good before and afters because he does this to get people more amped up to do his crazy fasting or whatever. So there's a lot of issues with things he's saying. It's too fucking extreme. People need to learn to read between the lines and know the difference. So that is why I'm here. Is he wrong on everything? No. Are the keto people wrong on everything? No. But I think this discussion is something that's good and it needs to be had. So that is it. If you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, give me a subscribe if I earned your subscription, and check out the Brain Body Connection. There'll be a link in my description for that. And all this Afro D Academy stuff, it's filling out. There's a meal planning app that's coming out. I'm helping develop with all of that. And there's so much video content, like documentaries, basically just locked away in the Afro D Academy for people who join. So hit me up in the Academy and check it out. Get your free book, The Brain Body Connection. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.